Want anything else before we get started, baby?
You got me set up so right. I don't need shit else.
Okay. Well, so we're gonna get started. All right. Phones on silent. Because this is about to be a legendary motherfucking situation. All right. Okay. Listen. We are here. Get in here. Get in here. What you be doing when you get in here? Do you drop bombs? What you be saying?
What the fuck y'all got going on? Drop a motherfucking bomb. I'm dropping a bomb now. Hell yeah.
Boom.
What's up? I hope y'all had a good day.
Wow.
How y'all feeling?
So it's about to be a legendary situation here. So listen, we got Big Nino in LA. Milagro motherfucking Gramz in the building. Boom.
You know what? I feel so good about it. LA has been so beautiful. And everybody has been so, I would think they were Southern. Maybe it had a little twang in them because they have been so hospitable. Everybody taking me around, showing how they living. I want to say on the record, Armon living like he need to send me by $40. He living like he might need to send me a bill. Hold up.
Listen, I ain't got it.
You ain't got it?
I mean, no, I ain't got it.
It's looking like you got some things.
It's giving deposit your check every now and then. But listen, but you looking good too. We gonna really get into these looks too because
we're gonna get into the looks.
We're gonna get into the looks, but I gotta let the people know what's really going on here. Like this is the collab. But before we get into the looks and before we get into the mess, I gotta shout out the people that keep me looking fresh. So shout out to FashionNova. We are FashionNova from head to toe. Okay, everything FashionNova, FashionNova bomber, FashionNova hoodie, FashionNova jeans, FashionNova cap. Shout out to FashionNova for keeping me lit, and you guys can actually shop FashionNova too. The link will be attached to the description box in the comment section below. Okay, so shop FashionNova and get all your things. And listen, all of these pieces are under $70. So thank you FashionNova for keeping me lit and trusting me to keep my audience lit. All right. So with that being said, though, you have been serving this week, Milagro.
You feel like I've been serving this week? You know what? I feel like we should have had a carpet. I felt like if they could have seen what we really had on and how we really was stepping, y'all would be so proud of us in that damn highway.
Yes.
We repped for y'all ass.
Let me tell you something, because for the people that don't know, we are out here as new media covering the Tory Lanez Megan versus the people, a.k.a. Megan Thee Stallion trial.
Right.
And, girl, the first day, first of all, you were one of the first people on the scene. And how has it been for you? Because, bitch, you've been serving looks, but you went viral on the internet. They was giving, like, bad body, Tory walk past you. It was a lot.
It was a lot. I feel like they can't attack my mind. And they know that I'm a dog-ass bitch. But I'm not a trifling-ass bitch. Yeah. I'm a dog-ass bitch because what I'm willing to do. Like, I'm willing to get in there. We can get dirty. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'll do some shit that I maybe won't be as proud of, but I'll, pray about it later. But I feel like it's always, you look like this, you look like that. And I'm putting my filter on. I'm obsessed with them, and I don't give a fuck. And every time I get mad, I go get another one. And I feel like it's become a thing to be like, oh, well, I feel like she looked like this. You can have an unflattering picture of anybody. But when I see people in person or I'm meeting them, it's like, oh, you're so pretty, or you look like this, you look like that. So I don't think that if somebody was unattractive that their opinion would matter less or that it should matter less. And so I'm trying to understand how these people become the very thing that they say they hate us for.
Wow.
They get upset with me for what I do. And then they turn into me, seems like they're doing the same shit. Hey, twin.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because the filter thing is a thing with you. You know what I mean? But I can honestly say you look good, though. You look good without the filter. What is the filter? Is it a thing that makes you feel more comfortable? Or
So I get on Snapchat. I remember like it was yesterday. I get on Snapchat. They had them doggy ears and that tongue. I just got addicted. I don't know. And so at this point, it's more like it smooths it out a little bit, smooths your skin. Okay. And then they put a cute little lip on you or something like that. You know what I'm saying? They may pull that little face together real cute, So I think that it's simple. Photoshop and the little filters are two different things. And my whole thing is,
now you onto something.
Yeah. If y'all so motherfucking fine, go get on there. Why I'm the only bitch that looks good when I get on the filter?
Because you don't Facetune. You just filter.
It's just the fucking Instagram filter.
Because Facetune is a whole nother level.
That's a whole nother level.
Yes. Yes.
So why you don't get fined when you get a filter, bitches? That's what I want to know. I'm the only one that don't look like myself when I put the same shit on that every celebrity be using. I go get all my filters from Kylie Jenner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not get the fuck out of here.
Bitch.
Kylie said we gotta get the fuck.
Bitch, she said, bitch, Kylie said, bitch, we gotta get the fuck up out of here. Us or you?
Okay, so that's the whole filter thing. But you look good, really. You really don't need the filters. So what inspired these looks? Because, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. When I seen them tearing you up online, I was like, when I go, bitch, I'm not fit to play. Every day, bitch, I'm stepping.
And he did, for real. You did.
Listen,
you did that.
I wasn't gonna play no games with them.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna.
This is a part of hip hop culture.
Yes.
They not understand. I don't know if y'all understand how big this moment is. We've been here for an extended period of time, covering a part of hip hop history.
Yes.
Literally.
So, what inspired your outfits? Oh.
So I show up. So I wasn't even gonna go. I was gonna do one day, and I was like, yeah, I'm on my app, you know, like, yeah, what should I put on? I'm asking them all. What should I put on? What should I do? I'm showing them the outfit. Shit for FashionNova. Oh. I say, okay, I'm gonna wear this. They say, put it on. I put it on, I come up there, I do one interview, I sign a release, and here go these pictures.
Oh.
It's been a vendetta since the beginning. This shit been sabotaged. I ain't did no more interviews, ain't no more pictures came out, huh?
But actually, but you went home and came.
I went home. I had to improvise. I was all at Target at 7 o'clock in the morning trying to find shit that first week. So I was like, man, I'm finna go home. I'm finna get a new wig. And then I'm finna go be able to go shop for some shit. And so everything was just sexy, chic. You know what I'm saying? Give it to them. Courtroom shit.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
We need a courtroom line.
Well, because what I had heard, you know.
What you heard?
Well, what I had heard was the looks had came inspired by lunch with the family. You know, I had heard that you was trying to get inside the family. You wanted to be mob star Peterson. Oops, my ring. Or Night Star. Or Freak Star.
Mila Star.
King Star. Mila Star. Any Star.
Any Star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Pick a star.
Name a star. So, it's the accusations for me because the hallway was full of people mingling, hugging. You gonna put that picture in? I'm gonna send it to you. You know the one.
What picture you talking about?
You know the one.
No.
With the family.
What? You and the family?
With you.
No, me. I wasn't with the family.
You were standing right there.
Yeah.
Can you edit in the picture?
Yeah, I'll edit in the picture with the family.
Okay, that was him, and it's the bitch that looked like me in the picture, but that ain't me. So, there were a couple of days where I hitchhiked, and they were so kind as to, you know, drop me off. Some people have seen me get in the vehicle. But I'm hitchhiking in LA because the lifts are so expensive.
What happens when you get into those vehicles with the family?
We pray. We pray.
Yeah.
Very spiritual family.
But on a serious note, you know, do you think so? It's obvious that you're team Tory Lanez, and I'm gonna be real with you. It's not about me being team Megan Thee Stallion. This is where we differentiate. You know, I fuck with you. Are we getting into this right now? I think we.
You want to get into it right now?
Okay, well, let's get into it right now. Then we can get into our stuff.
I mean, because that's why I'm here.
We're here. Okay, so let's just get into it because that's what it is.
Yeah.
So you know, you're obviously team Tory Lanez. I like Tory Lanez. Let's put that on the record. I like Tory Lanez, but I just think the facts are the facts, and the facts are, in my opinion, he shot Megan Thee Stallion. What do you think?
I think that Megan got hurt. And I truly, from the bottom of my heart, hate that.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into some other stuff, so I won't dive deep into that right now because a lot of people will feel like that's not genuine, but it is. I hate that something happened to her. At the same time, I just don't feel like it's okay to exploit, you know, people's emotions or hashtags or causes or the deaths of people. And so there are a lot of things that I feel like I had a lack of respect for as it pertains to the situation. And people say, you know, I'm so pro-Tory, but it's about the truth. That's what I'm about. And so I've been covering this for years, and that's not the only thing that I've covered, you know, but as we see these contradictions, as we hear these different things, as people are posting, family members are posting, and I'm going over it and thinking about it in a logical way, it didn't make sense to me. and I didn't feel like it was right to chastise me for using my mind and posing questions. How powerful is it to make somebody think and say, you know, well, maybe it's something else. That's all I was doing. What's wrong with that?
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I think there is something. I do think that at some point, though, we have to see the facts and see it for what it is. Like, I mean, it's crystal clear that he shot Megan Thee Stallion.
That's not crystal clear to me. That glass dirty as fuck.
See, I think the thing is, Megan Thee Stallion lied. Kelsey lied.
Yeah.
They didn't test for Kelsey for the DNA. Yeah. But the jail phone call, clearly Tory is apologetic because he shot Megan Thee Stallion. Okay.
And see, that's where we disagree because I feel like everybody, it's like art. Everybody has to interpret it the way that they, you know, that they feel. So I can see your point of view and I can say that. But I receive it as that shit would have never happened if I wouldn't have let the cat out the bag that I was fucking her. That's what escalated the situation. I'm sorry. Why apologize to Kelsey at all if you shot her, if you shot Megan?
But my thing is, like, we were both in court, but like the prosecution says, why are you calling so apologetic? If Kelsey is the shooter, why is she so calm? Why is she receiving apologies? If you cared so much about Meg, if you were protecting Meg, why are you calling Kelsey apologizing? You should be calling her. Listen, once you shoot a person, me fucking you or fucking her or cheating, that goes out the window. Violence trumps all of that. So it's like, girl, what are you doing? Why did you do that? What would make you jump out the window and shoot her?
I feel like he knew it was a recorded line. I feel like he chose his words wisely. And Kelsey, nothing would have escalated if he got it in his mind and he was present and he shot her and he saw that. This shit would have never happened. I would have never did that. No hoe ass shit. People frown upon niggas running their mouth about who they fucking. That was some bitch shit. You sitting up here, oh, you gonna tell your friend about us fucking? That's some messy shit. So I don't move like that. I don't do that, man. I was just too drunk. Like, fuck.
I personally
he would have kept that secret.
I personally feel like I feel like he didn't give a fuck about Kelsey that much to call her first. You get your first phone call, you calling Kelsey. You don't give a fuck about her that much because you know why? There's a hierarchy. We talking about Tory Lanez here. We're at the height of the pandemic. We in 2020. Okay, we're at the height of quarantine radio. You Tory Lanez. Okay,
the biggest star in the world.
The biggest star in the world. So you fucking Kelsey. She's not enough for you. So then you start hitting Megan Thee Stallion. Hold on though. And then you get a call from Kylie Jenner. It was really fuck Meg and fuck Kelly, bitch. I'm finna finger pop Kylie in the pool. So when the shit go down in the elevator, I'm not calling Kelsey. She's the last thing I'm worried about. She's somewhere playing with Barbie and Ken with EJ. Give a fuck about that bitch. I got now Megan Thee Stallion and a fucking Jenner Kardashian. The fuck I give a fuck about Kelsey for? To apologize for cheating on her with Megan Thee Stallion. Bitch, and it's giving fuck Megan Thee Stallion because now I'm finger popping Kylie Jenner. That's a different type of flex. So that's what I'm saying. The nigga only went down levels because he shot. Because he really didn't give a fuck about Meg. So if you didn't give a fuck about Meg, you damn sure didn't give a fuck about Kelsey.
I think that
apologize.
I think that he cared about Megan. Kelsey went home. She had COVID.
She had the COVID, and Meg swooped.
And she swooped in, and they got closer and were bonding over particular things. One thing, leads to another. And they began a sexual relationship where EJ says that, they was going on trips together. He described what would be a relationship.
Yeah.
Maybe that wasn't your girlfriend on wax, but y'all had a relationship. And I heard when people trying to downplay that. Like, so y'all seen each other getting dropped off. He said, I done seen him about 10 times, So I feel like when it came to Kelsey, if she was the one that was more level-headed and she was the one that did it, ain't you going to want to talk to her and see how she feeling and try to gauge her without saying too much, but kind of letting her know that you're apologetic? I feel like he escalated the situation by revealing that he was having sex with Megan, as we found out. They both corroborate that. And the young lady started fighting. There was a witness that said that they fought. And I think that, like he said, she went back to the vehicle. What did you do? Who knew what was in your bag? Was it a gun in your bag?
You know what? This is where me and you differ because I never heard she went back to the vehicle.
Yeah.
But I did hear that the gun was in the front seat, hot, smoking, where Tory was sitting. Now, I will say this, though, too. Mm-hmm. My thing is, Tory knew not to take that stand, even though the burden of proof is not on him. But if you didn't do it and you knew a bitch, your life was on the line for 22 fucking years, I'm taking the stand and I didn't do it. Also, why not bring Quan on the stand when that is your friend? All that burden of proof was going to go to your benefit. Y'all wait till the last moment to where the DA is kind of like, or the prosecution is like, well, we not really sure what you're going to say up here, so we need more time. Y'all should have been brought Quan on the stand. Okay, and let's be very clear. A lot of people talk about Sean Kelly, and we seen in the courtroom that the defense was trying to brag about Sean Kelly. But this is the same person. Even EJ, Sean Kelly, the defense wanted to deem them hostile witnesses because they weren't giving it up like the defense expected them to. Sean Kelly actually sealed the deal for me. When he said,
how so?
All
of these, you know what? Let's go back.
Okay.
Sean Kelly's story changed. But what he said was he saw Kelsey fighting Megan. She went back to the vehicle. Tory was still in the car when the first couple of muzzle flashes went off. At least, because then he accuses Tory of shooting a gun. Okay, a struggle. Could a struggle have ensued? Could it have looked like something? It wasn't, because people trying to get something. It went pop, 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 pause, pop, pop. That sounds like that could have been a struggle. And if that possibility even exists, because Kelsey did have gunshot residue on her hands, how can you send this man to prison for 22 years?
I don't think, well, here's the thing I'll say about this. I don't think that Tory Lanez should go to jail for 22 years. And I do not believe that Tory Lanez intentionally shot Megan Thee Stallion in the foot.
So shouldn't that be at the core of why we have a major fucking problem? Because she said that she watched him stand up on that damn rail on the side of the car and shoot over a window. No. And we have every indication that that never happened like that.
No, that should not be, because Tory Lanez needs to learn a lesson.
We can't say he did that. There's no evidence.
You do not get to be rich, famous, powerful, and hot-headed. It just does not work. You and just think you're going to get away with it. We know Tory Lanez to Superman slap pretty boys.
Was that verified?
Yes.
Don't Prince kidnap bitches? Also, he's unreliable too.
Also, beat up August Alsina because August Alsina didn't say hi. Recently, I got a call. Recently, I got a call from a very high-profile individual that told me about a trip in Miami where it was some shit going on, and a nigga like kind of said something to Tory Lanez. The first thing Tory Lanez did was pull a pistol out, and it fell. Like, the nigga is so quick to pull a pistol. Okay, and so my thing is this: why do you keep pulling? We're not in court. We're just talking. Why do you keep pulling these weapons? And then I believe wholeheartedly that he told Kelsey, "Bitch, shut up! I'll shoot you, hoe." That sounds like.
Why the fuck did nobody else say that then?
She said it.
When she said.
She said it in her testimony.
Everything's so coincidental when everybody starts talking and when they wanted to divulge certain shit. The truth of the matter is, we will never know what happened.
We won't.
Everybody isn't being absolutely honest.
No.
All the way through.
No.
So with that existing, send the man home.
Well, with that existing, the man does not deserve 22 years, but the man deserves to be humbled.
In what way?
He needs to do some time or some community service. And
but not for this.
And he needs to pay a large fine. Absolutely for this. Absolutely for this. Should he lose his family? Should he lose his career? No. But should he do some time? Should he be humbled? Yes, because you don't get to walk around. Let's be very clear. Let's talk about, and I'm talking from a gay man's perspective. Let's talk about EJ for a second. Because the defense was talking about how EJ talked about how he felt safe with Megan Thee Stallion. Now, I'm a gay man. I fuck with females. I fuck with straight men. But EJ was saying, like, you know, I was there, but I understand my position, so I come and I go. Which meant Tory Lanez already gave him an energy. I don't fuck with that faggot shit, bro.
That is not fair to assume.
That's what it is. That's what.
I don't think so. I didn't get that vibe.
So EJ already knew, like, all right, I'm gonna drop my homegirl off because she fuck with me, but I'm not all the way really welcome because I'm gay. And I come with hair and makeup, and so he not really with all that. So
I don't feel like.
But hold on, but he not gonna disrespect me. But he don't really fuck with me like that.
I think that EJ. I think that EJ said it in a general way. The ladies will go over there. EJ probably didn't even want to sit up amongst them niggas like that. That probably ain't even his scene. Niggas playing video games, smoking weed, probably watching bitches twerk on the big screen. It probably didn't invite bitches over. EJ probably don't even like that. That's why it was always Meg and Munchie.
I think there's the thing, like when men get with like straight men, they have this thing where they not gonna be disrespectful, but they kind of let it be known like, you cool, my bro, but like I don't really fuck with you like that.
I think that when EJ said that Tory was
EJ
somebody
got
that he
energy.
liked, he said that he thought that Tory was an asshole before he met him, but when he did, he liked him. And he said that him, T. Ferris, and Justin felt safe with Megan being with him.
Okay, so I want to switch gears because I know we can talk about this all day. But I want to get to the point to where you know, you have a thing online where people feel like you victim blame. And now it's being said, and maybe you can talk a little bit more. You've been posted in NBC or NBC, and like you might be possibly getting sued now by Megan Thee Stallion. Like, do you hate black women? Do you hate women, or like, do you choose the men's side? Like, what's the tea?
I feel like that narrative is so tired because I do too much to ever be reduced to that. I feel like Megan does not account for all. I'm a black woman as well that has been through things. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a family history. Everybody has these generational curses and things that they go through. I empathize, you know, sometimes when I can relate and sympathize with women. But more so, I don't feel like we grow if we don't hold ourselves accountable. I hold men accountable. I hold women accountable. I think that people are not used to a black woman, especially a black-ass black woman. I'm a dark-skinned black woman.
And you look good.
Standing up, thank you. Standing up for black men the way that I do. My grandfather was a good man. My brothers are good men. My uncles were good men. They were flawed, but they were good men. They were people that I could trust. I've met good men growing up. I've met some that weren't so good. But I'm not finna ever sit up and say fuck niggas and they ain't worth shit and pit women against men. My people. I love all of my people. So, to me, that's the highest insult.
Let me ask you this. Do you like Tory Lanez?
I like his music.
Do you want to fuck Tory Lanez?
No, but he's really handsome.
Okay. I just had to ask.
Yeah, because, and I think that it's so shallow for so many people to feel like that's what you got to do. You don't have to fuck that nigga. Use your mind. Be able to present something. Be of value, of worth for something more than your pussy. That's important. And I feel like a lot of people project and get upset, you know, because they feel like, nah, bitch, I talk how I talk. That doesn't make me any less intelligent. I'm not ashamed of where I come from. I don't need the code switch with my people. I can be myself, you know, and I can sit up and be honest. I've had to hold myself accountable with them, with my audience, and that's why we're so close. Shout out to the mob always, you know, but I feel like we have to speak up. And on my platform, somebody asked me today, Jessica Reed is supposed to be suing iHeart and Charlamagne and all of that. And they said, will you get into this? I went and got an excerpt from Jessica Reed's book where she thanked me with a whole bunch of other women for standing up for her. You know what I'm saying? I've talked about countless black women that have been affected. You know, and
where's the disconnect?
The disconnect is with the fact that Megan is such a big star that it's more polarizing when those critiques or when my ideas or when my opinions don't align with people feel like they love her. I am the same one that was outside of TSU in 3rd Ward, you know, where my people from, in my city, vouching and asking about Megan Thee Stallion and cheering her on.
Y'all from the same city.
No.
Y'all both from Houston.
She's lived in Houston. She's from San Antonio, right?
I thought Meg was from Houston. She's a Houston hottie.
Okay. Well, I'm from Houston.
So that's what I'm saying.
I was cheering for her. Tina Snow, you know, was a situation. I know every song on there. Like, literally, like,
so
supporting the fuck out of her. She started lying. Little lies at first. You know, I do an everyday show.
Yeah, and because it's to the point where people think you are Megan Thee Stallion. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about the old-ass white man in the highway telling me he liked that song that I sang called WAP.
Yes.
The shit is ridiculous.
At the courtroom.
At the courtroom. At the end of the day, nobody has enough power on earth to make me hate them. That's an energy I'm not finna exert. That comes back on you.
Okay.
All it's about for me is the truth. We have found out certain things throughout the duration of.
And you got to make sure you're talking into the mic just in case you're not.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got to make sure that we understand that we can still hold a person accountable while feeling bad about what they're going through. And everybody wants to overlook these certain facts, but you have to ask yourself, why were they omitted? So, yes, it is relevant at this point in time that an argument started because somebody found out that you was doing something against me. Nobody's talking about anything before that. I think everything is just exaggerated. And because people want you to believe a certain thing, I am biased. But you have outlets that have torn Tory down for years straight. What do you mean? They following the pages and supporting and everything is, structured a particular way. But that bias is okay because it aligns with what you want it to be. And me saying something against it is now being made to be a negative. I'm supposed to feel bad because I support him. He can't have nobody support him.
Right.
Fuck him before he is found guilty of a crime. That could be your brother. That could be your daddy. That could be your son. So what about that? I feel like protect black women, but also protect black men, protect black children, protect black people. Both of them, however it goes, somebody needs more prayer right now than the other. Because somebody has been lying for almost 3 years. So and there's no winners in this situation. Tory could go home a free man and that's fine, but.
So what happened with your Twitter and Rock Nation and NSNBC or NBC? What is that? So what happened?
So since we've been in court, I haven't been able to really dive into the situation, but I did go over the article that was published. And it was.
First of all, before you get into that, shout out to you for doing your big one and getting published and getting these articles and doing your thing.
Thank you, Mr. Daily Mail.
Okay, period.
So I skim over it and I see that a couple of other names are mentioned, but mine is included. And they had asked me for a statement, and they sent me actually some screenshots of what they said was Megan's team reporting my tweets to get my stuff locked up. If you read the article, there's an air of arrogance, and it feels like, like ha. That we got your account locked up.
Because Rock Nation admitted.
They admitted in the article that's what they did.
That they locked your shit up.
Yeah. Wow. But you can still find those tweets because they didn't violate guidelines. But
and they're in the courtroom every day.
Every day. With a woman who has her camera turned towards me while I'm minding my business in the hallway.
And watching
trying to record me.
Go to lunch with the family.
No, they didn't see that because that's not what that is. It's so many days I went without eating a meal because I'm trying to make sure I go live and tell y'all what happened. Never would've.
They watch you get in that elevator with the family.
Huh? I may have gotten on the elevator, but when I got off, I fought for my people. Pharaoh.
No, but in all seriousness,
yeah,
you were posted in there amongst a lot of other people, but I think I think
it's ridiculous.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna hold you. I think there's an excerpt in Shots Fired where I think she was talking about you.
I think that she was because
she was talking about you, bitch. She was talking about you.
There's this picture because I was live and I had flipped my camera and put this down so y'all see my pussy. Okay, sex icon shit. So I had flipped my camera. I've had this bad habit since I was a kid of throwing shit off to the side. And my granny would, at the end of the week, get up on Saturday morning, clean all this shit up. And so I have this bad habit of tossing shit to the side all week. My room be junky, and then I go clean it all up. So I feel like my point is, I feel like that was a play on that because it was a line about roaches and go feed your kids and shit like that.
Oh, well, that's not what I was thinking.
What you thought the shot was?
I thought it was if you hating ass bitches and you blog, you pick me bitches, and she gonna start suing you bloggers. Yeah.
She probably.
I don't really get into the family stuff. That's not really
because I feel like that shit lame. But that's a lot of people came to me on Twitter and they said, "Aha, she talking about you." Oh
no, I thought it was like the blogger, the line.
Maybe that was something too.
And you pick me, bitch. Yeah. I felt like she thought you was more of a pick me, and she was gonna sue you. I didn't even hear the roaches stuff.
My whole thing is, let's be very clear. Who in the fuck was behind somebody back fucking somebody that ain't had no business? Pick me what? And then when it came time to say something, you felt like you want to save him. I ain't no motherfucking pick me. What the fuck is you talking about? How dare you? That didn't even offend me. That's why I didn't think it was, about me. But pick me for what?
So we thought different things. So then maybe it wasn't even about you.
But even still, because some people may feel like that as well. There could never be a pick me situation if somebody has acknowledged or recognized you. That will make you already chosen. So what a pick me at in that scenario? Because I can't find it.
So
they said I was getting ignored.
Oh. They did say you were getting ignored.
Was I at lunch or did I get ignored? Which one is it?
They did. There was a clip where you said, hey, and Tory walked past.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Now, I'm not going to hold you. You ready for this?
What?
You did get ignored.
You feel like that?
Yes.
You feel like that?
But I don't feel like you are ignored. I feel like you got ignored in that situation, but I feel like it was strategic.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of conversation about you being with the family, and I just kind of feel like, and we're going to talk about this later on. But I
gotta
feel like
watch the clip because I don't think that much.
You definitely got ignored. You got ignored, but
this is when I'm sitting on the bench.
When whatever went by, you got ignored. But the
I
thing
gotta
is,
watch it.
But these celebrities will play
in your. Going on.
But
Did he hear me?
But celebrities will not even that. But celebrities will play in your face when it's go time.
Okay.
We can talk. We're gonna get into that.
Okay.
But I don't want to stay too much on Megan Thee Stallion. But I want to talk about the fact that because I personally, I don't feel like you are like I do. We're gonna get. It's a 50-50 thing with you, and we're gonna get into that. But I feel like here's the thing with the Megan Thee Stallion thing. I do think you're biased as hell. I do think that you're all for Tory Lanez, and I do feel like once your mind is made up, you're only going that direction. And I do feel like you're delusional with that. yeah.
He didn't tell me that every day.
I do. Like
we go back and forth about it.
I do because it's just like it just doesn't make any sense. However, I do feel like you should have freedom of speech. And then the media personality, the new media in me, the blogger in me, I'm also going to give you your flowers because being posted in NBC and that's what was
whatever the fuck.
For whatever you're being posted in there, you're creating conversation and you're evoking emotion. Now, as long as you lead with integrity and you're leading and you're not salaciously putting out lies, I will support you. And so Megan Thee Stallion needs to understand that people have the right to their opinion. You signed up to be a celebrity. So you can't be suing bloggers, but everybody thinks that they're Cardi B. And so my thing is just to close this Meg Thee Stallion part out because we got so much to talk about.
Yeah.
Are you prepared for a lawsuit, or do you think it'll even go that far?
I think that people do things to make people feel threatened.
Okay.
And to try to scam and shit like that. If they feel like they want to waste their time doing some shit like that, then shit, go for what you know. But that's not something that I'm finna, lose sleep about. Everything I do is laced with integrity. So I sleep well and I'm blessed. I have a peaceful life. So I don't have to worry about anything. I have faith in God. So I'll be fine regardless.
Okay.
No ill intent ever. And I can show you why I feel how I feel. So it's always rooted in logic. And that's why they respect it even when they don't agree.
Okay. So to move forward, where did you and I go wrong? Because this is a combination that honestly, it's one of those things where people would feel like, why are you guys, we're not supposed to be doing this,
Yeah.
And I think there's a whole backstory. Now you have your side, I have my side. Mm-hmm. I feel like, I don't know why you were upset. I do personally feel like, for me, I feel like you just start going off. And I also felt like you were like a home-based type of person. I felt like you had a lot of mouth, but then when it came down to like, you had a lot of mouth on your platform, but then when I was like, girl, come collab, you were afraid to come on mine because you felt like I was going to like cut you off, hang up on you. And I was never going to do that because I feel like, first of all, you had already painted a narrative that I hated women, Black women, and so you push that, and a lot of women and Black women feel some type of way about gay men, and so you have pushed this narrative that I hated Black women, I hate women, and then you even went as far as to say that I came to Houston, Texas when I was going to Teresa Romero, which has the world's largest closet. I went to her home, for a media and an influencer Christmas party. You said that I came out there to fight you.
Let's talk about it.
And then you went and got a gun, posted a picture of a gun, and made a police report, and had people thinking that I was out there to fight you. So that was that was my thing. And I'm like, what the fuck is shit on my?
Let's talk about it. So what had happened was,
from your perspective,
from my perspective, I was hurt by what you said about OG.
Oh.
Everything started from when you do what I do. People send you shit all day and all night. I'm getting down these clips. I had seen you, and I won't dive into it, but you had on a crown. You was cocoa butter down, shining, and you slapped the fuck off that night. That was the first video I ever saw. And I was on my page. I was like, this nigga just like read the fuck, like he just did his shit. And so that was my point of reference. I'm still doing my shit, and I'm starting to get these clips. OG looked like a monkey. And so I felt like I have to protect this woman. And that was something I was hurt by. And now if I could do it all over again, I feel like that would have been a better way to address that. But at that point in time,
that's how you felt.
That's how I felt. And I feel like you grow when you do this. And you express yourself differently as you grow.
Yeah, that was 4 years ago.
So I was very reactive without caution to long term and how this will affect this and affect that. Like I said, there's a way to do everything. I could have come to you straight and said that I didn't appreciate that. You don't see CNN and Fox going at it as peers in, the news field and industry.
They do.
But not in a way that you don't see one person personally say, do a whole segment and chastise this person.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like as peers in this space, we have to do things a particular type of way. And so at the time, I didn't do it that way. And so I go on my platform and I'm saying how I'm feeling, and I'm feeling like, we have to embrace our features. And we have to embrace who we are and be okay with that. Like, people make jokes all the time, and they say, oh, she look like Orlando Jones. That's him, y'all, from Drumline. Y'all know I always mix his name up, but I think that's his name.
You don't look like no fucking Orlando Jones.
That's what they said. But my thing is, even if you felt like I did, or Wesley Snipes, they always be sounding.
You don't look like him either.
Okay. So my thing is, why should I be ashamed? How the fuck is that a dig that I would look like a black man when we come from black men? So I just feel like it was about standing up for a black woman. And in doing so, I feel like, without knowing who you were or your background or how you felt, because of that opinion, okay, I reacted to that. So that's how it started for me. You reacted to what I said. We start this kind of tit for tat type of thing.
Yeah.
And then you come to Houston. Your captions, people sending me these captions where it's like I'm in your city, pull up. You even went live and there were some things that were said. So my thing was, I'm not finna fight a nigga. I get a nigga for a nigga.
Right.
But hold up, because
but Houston was Houston raised me.
Houston
raised me. Yes, Northwest, okay. Antoine and Tidwell.
Oh,
yes, Westheimer and Dunvale. Like, so I didn't.
But let me tell you something.
Yes, I didn't get it all.
You got to make sure that you apply pressure when it might be something that might be threatening, because there was a bitch on YouTube that popped up at an IHOP and the bitch ended up sitting on the bed. Yeah. People will try you, so you gotta dead that shit.
Well, I want to say this on the record, because we've had incidences even, in the courtroom. Like, I am never, as a gay man, like, I may read, I may do this, but I have 5 sisters, and I have a mother and a stepmother and a grandmother. Mm-hmm. Like, women are everything. Black women are everything. So the first thing I'm never going to do is fight a woman. Mm-hmm. So to me, that was never the thought, because I'm never going to fight you, because I'm not competing with you in that way or whatever, even put my hands on a woman. That's thing number one. And then thing number 2, I love my black people. I love black women. Like, black women are like, I have sisters. Like, how could I not? You know what I'm saying? So I just want to put that out there, because a lot of people say that about me, like, oh, Armon didn't do this, Armon doesn't like black women. Here's the thing. With the OG situation, maybe I could have handled that a little bit better. But I feel like, she looked the way that she looked. And I also felt like OG, because I said she looked like a monkey, if we call her a spade. And OG looks the way that she looked. And I kind of felt like in that situation, if we keep it all the way a stack, OG wasn't a victim, because she knew that she had been sleeping with Evelyn's man the whole time, and she waited till damn near the end of the season to kind of trump her, like, and to try to trump her, like, yeah, bitch, and your man was into me. So my thing is, girl.
You know what I think? You know what I think happened? If we're going to be all the way honest, when we get to going at it with our people, we say some of the most foul shit. We call people monkeys, sons of bitches, cats and dogs, and everything else, everything in between. I think it was more about the fact that you are a black man, and if we go back to that time period, the climate, I think the fact that the stereotype that it's tied to, and the way that our oppressors have used it against us, that it was more about that.
Yeah.
Because we joke and we say shit. We'll get into it with a bitch and call that bitch a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And we know it.
Yeah.
But when we have these platforms and I think we have to be, just aware and cognizant of our person and what we're putting out. And sometimes we do have to get serious and just think about, how this is coming off. Do we give people the impression that it's okay to joke like that too when we do it? When we kick in about it in that space. But I can't be a hypocrite and be like, I ain't, just said some shit when I'm going at a bitch or talking my shit. Because I've done that. But I think it was more about the way it looked and what it was tied to.
And you know what? I think that you're right. But then I think there's another conversation too with that. And I think that for me, I take the stand, and which you're totally right on. But I think our audiences, I think you may even have more gay men than women, but I think that I attract more women. And I think that women and gay men, we are like BFFs. But I feel like I was hurt in that situation because a lot of my audience turned on me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I felt like, secretly going up in a space where we're at a point where, like, I'm in pop culture, hip hop culture. There's not a lot of room for flamboyancy and gay men. We're always behind the scenes. We're always the handbag, the best friend, the stylist. Do you think my man is gay? You know what I'm saying? It's all of that for us. Do my hair. How's my makeup? And then when we try to tell you, not you, but you, women, about our problems, it's like, oh, girl, you don't really get it because you don't have kids. Or, girl, I'm like, it's like the heterosexual man is the driver, the black woman is the passenger, and the gay man is in the back, and our problems don't matter. And I feel like a lot of times it was just like the women just only wanted me to see black women issues. And it was just like, and then whenever I would bring up black gay issues and how we were ostracized or how we were made to feel like we were an accessory, it became non-important. And or then me and you can be kikiing, having the greatest time, but the day I make you mad, I'm an HIV infested pedophile faggot. You know what I'm saying? And that has happened to me. You know what I mean? And so maybe, and that's not your fault, that's not the fans' fault, but I just feel like maybe there's a trauma there because I had a friend that was really close to me. And like, long story short, I went and took a shower at her house. And she wasn't the cleanest girl. Okay. I'm just going to keep it a beam.
Okay.
And it's no shade. And, I've helped this woman financially on many levels. I took a shower at her house. It was a studio.
Okay.
I'm letting you know. I put groceries in that studio. No one had been in that studio. I took a shower in her house. That woman had found gloves and bleach, Clorox, and went, and as soon as I got out and like wiped the whole thing down like she was going to catch something. And I was like, this is what bitches do.
Right.
This is how they really feel about you deep down. Like low key, this is how they really feel. And that's why I was like, I don't trust bitches like that because they'll try you. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably not everybody, but I felt some type of way about that.
You should have, and I feel like you said something really important in your experience and your perspective.
That's why I don't have a lot of girlfriends.
I think that
because on Mad Day, you're a faggot.
I feel like everybody deserves to be able to be who the fuck they want to be. And that is so important. And I think that you're absolutely correct. There are not spaces for men who are more flamboyant. Even though these men, a lot of men are gay or bisexual, and they hide it. They're not comfortable with who they are. And some men resent other men for it, for living, in the truth. I think that you should be free to do whatever it is that you want to do. And I think that we need to listen. I think that anybody in the LGBTQ and whatever other letters are, I'm sorry, I don't know all of them.
And that's okay, but you don't, because it changes.
Okay, but I think that everybody deserves to be valued and heard. And I do think, and I've spoken on that as well, that sometimes black women treat black gay men as accessories. And that's not okay, because black gay men are people, and they're no less of a man because of who they decide to take up with. So I'm more about bridging that gap and us understand. That's listening. That's where that comes into play. Listening to what the issues are, so that we can progress. Because we do sit up and kiki and we do have good times, and I don't think that it should be a competition when it comes to where you got this from or the inspiration for something. We are inspired by each other.
Yes.
In so many interchangeable ways.
Yes.
And it's even to me.
Yes.
What's the argument about?
Listen,
we draw off of each other's energy.
Without you, I am nothing. Like
vice versa.
Like women, black women particularly, give me life. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like even like through this past week, like, you know, not to deviate too much, but even through this past week, the women that we have seen, like you, even the girls that are off camera.
Right.
I've been at home, like, talking to my man, bragging. Like, these are the type of friends that I want. Like, these are the type of friends that I like. I love
the
this
energy. Was so good.
The energy was.
It was the energy.
Like, so I never want to be in a space. I cannot do what you do.
I can't do what you do.
But I can support what you do. Listen to that. I can't do what you do, but I can support what you do. And I live for that.
And we can highlight that and uplift each other in that.
Yes.
But the question is that what people really want? Because let's get on their ass right quick.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about how y'all
let me just close this OG thing, though.
Of course.
And then we can so I just said that to say with the OG thing, I was younger. I was talking out my ass, but you know, I'm not gonna hold you. It wasn't a colorist kind of thing. It was more of like a colorful. I would have told you privately. You called me. I'm like, that is the masculine ass monkey looking bitch.
Right.
And we would have laughed, but because you seen somebody cut. Girl.
Ooh,
wait a minute. So you mean to tell me if I would have said what I felt about, I would have been a color? Because, bitch, you know that was a hoe that'll cut you in your motherfucking face.
Yeah. I said, ooh, let me dial it back.
So that's the energy I was coming from. Not from a, you monkey looking bitch. Yeah. It was coming from, bitch, she'll cut you in your face. You know what I'm saying?
I talk my shit too.
But you know what I'm saying? It was more surface level than it was deep.
It wasn't I hate black women thing.
No, it was more like, girl, she'll cut you in your face.
Don't fight her. Fuck a bitch up. Don't fight her. Don't fight her.
She will cut your face.
She'll tear that ass up.
She has nothing to lose. That's
always been the thing,
That's what that was.
Always. That's what they've been saying.
That's what it was. But people took that and made it a colorist thing. And I'm like, what? No, I have sisters.
Right.
I have a mother, too.
And they're black.
They're black. That was not that.
Right.
And she's on a reality show. But I don't want to stay on that too long. But I felt like it was important for me to address it with you. You know what I mean? And one thing I can also say about you, like, which is so special about you and your platform, when you want to, you really get into your bag where you're like nurturing and uplifting people. So I think that's really dope. Now, do the fans really want to see this collab?
And that's what I have an issue with. Y'all ass sit up all the time and say that y'all want people to come together. Black people need to come together. We need to collaborate. We need to do shit together. But because I guess who we support or our ideas on things, we must forever be divided in our real lives. We posted a picture or a video, and there was love that was shown, but there was also a lot of...
Do you want to refill your cup? You haven't drank at all, but you're not really a drinker. Come on, you need a little something.
Oh, wee.
Oh, wee.
Give me some more cranberries, too.
Okay,
then.
You want cranberry? What you want?
Some cranberry.
Okay, I want cranberry, too.
But there was some people talking shit. So my thing is, what the fuck do you want? We sitting up here trying to do something positive, trying to see what we want to do, trying to fill out each other's energy. And you got the audacity to discourage that and discourage us, but you're pro our people and you want us to grow. Are we allowed to grow?
Well, let's talk about it. Now we're gonna get into it.
Okay.
Hold on. We're gonna do a drink chat. Do y'all want some of this? Okay. Hold on. We doing. Yeah, we're gonna do a drink. Okay, so let's get the elephant out the room.
Okay.
The problem is,
what's the problem?
You're team Nicki Minaj, and I'm team Cardi B, and it didn't start that way. Seemingly you were a Cardi B fan, and I was a Nicki Minaj fan. You said some very nasty things about Nicki Minaj, and I said some very off-color things about Cardi B. And so, and during that time where we were beefing, I released the audio of you dragging Nicki Minaj in a very colorful way.
Okay.
And you did not like that. You were over me what I did.
Yeah, because I'm like, what's this? What the fuck?
So you tell them what you said about Nicki.
What happened with Nicki? First of all, because I want to address all of it.
Okay, we are.
I get on YouTube and I'm doing love and hip hop reviews. Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta come out. Time goes by, finally we get to New York. Cardi B has introduced us. Yes, I was a fan of hers. I thought that she was endearing. I felt like she had her redeeming qualities. So I'm sitting up here doing shows, saying positive shit, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then she throws the shoe and her sister runs up on the black woman on the stage. I said, I don't like that. But I still was supportive. We can get into all the little shit that's been said, but it was more, everything when it comes to Cardi is accountability for me. If I'm going to ask if I'm allowed to grow, is she? Yeah. I do not hate these people. I do an everyday show. And when you cross-reference my videos and you go to TMZ or anywhere else, you're going to find hundreds of articles about them, but it's only obsessive when you don't like what I'm saying. If I was praising these different people, that would be something different. When are we going to be accountable for some of the vile things that have been said? And then you want me to feel like you appreciate women like me. She's not the only one that is allowed to be loud and proud in who she is and passionate about how she feels. But there are a lot of women who feel like, the community only accepts it when she does it while we get chastised for women like me. And so I just feel like it's not personal. I do an everyday show, so if something happened, okay, that shit might be up there. Obviously, we're in a business where it's about what's trending. Cardi trends. So obviously there's going to be a conversation had. That's why she's always in other outlets as well. So it's a conversation about the people that we follow, the people that affect the culture. And it's not a deep thing.
But when it comes to Cardi B, you have said some nasty things about her child. You said that her child was ugly.
Let's get into that. Let's get into me going on my platform and playing the full audio. Her child was not born yet.
But
if you listen to the full audio, you will hear that that's not what I said. But at the end of the day, I should have never mentioned her child at all. That was wrong. So it doesn't even matter that's not what I said. And I played that for whoever wanted to listen. We got the full clip, not the edited clip. And they heard it. So they're okay with that because they heard what the fuck I said. But regardless, I shouldn't have mentioned her child at all. It should never get to a point where children are coming, into the conversation. So I was wrong. And I also acknowledge that. I've been wrong about a couple of things as it pertains to her. And I've apologized on the same platform where I said those different things. Now, when it comes to certain things that I've said and people feel like that's nasty, that's rude, that's mean, listen, there is absolutely an entertainment and comedic effect to what I'm doing. The way that I'm giving it up when I'm doing it is like I'm talking to you and we sitting and we vibing on a fucking porch. We outside like I used to do when I was growing up. It is raw. It is unfiltered. It's not a personal thing. And everybody that listens to me and resonates with me, they understand that shit. And that's why they there. I'm their sister. I'm their cousin. I'm the round the way bitch that's going to give it up straight. It ain't no deep personal shit. Little black girl, you're beautiful. Little black boy, you're enough. It's how we start the affirmation at the end of every show. Because it ain't never.
But you don't feel like Cardi B is black.
That's what she said. I feel like that's what she said.
So what is the problem? Because it seems like
but
that you just
I've still
don't like
even
her.
said that's not even what it is. I don't know her not to like her. You know what I mean?
But some people will say...
But there's a lack of respect for things she said.
But some people will say that it was more monetarily beneficial for your YouTube channel and your StationHead channel to go against Cardi B.
Let's talk about the non-monetized YouTube page. Now, am I a panhandler or what? I have to hope that people find me entertaining enough to donate to the cause because it's an independent operation. But I've always just been kicking shit with my people. I fell into this shit for real. So I didn't have aspirations of, I want to gain traction. I would sit in the corner of my room in my spare time. After I graduated college, I'm just picking up a hobby. Sitting, vibing, having conversations about a culture that I've been into since I was a child, watching E! News or watching all these different networks and fashion runways and Joan Rivers and all this different shit. I've always read magazines and loved the culture. So it's come naturally to me. So we follow these different platforms and we see what's happening. It was conversation with my people. And we would sit up and we would talk and exchange thoughts. So there's nothing for me to gain in that situation. It's been a blessing to be able to, affect people in a positive way and to reach people. Now, Nicki Minaj and what was said. When news broke about her husband.
Well, hold on. Before we go to that, because I know we was going to get to that. But
okay.
I want to say, because we on Cardi, do you feel like you could ever be in a immediate space, like a medium space with Cardi? Like, is the door closed off to being cool or respectfully, like maybe disagreeing, but also showing Cardi love? Like, do you feel like you could actually fuck with her? Like, or have you decided you can't never fuck with Cardi B?
My thing is, I felt like Invasion of Privacy was a good album. I said that. When I feel like she has a good moment, I say that.
Do you say that, or do you always find an angle to discredit it?
No, I have said that, but nobody highlights that. I feel like when it comes to Cardi, we can agree to disagree, but Cardi don't come clear shit up on me or say that's not right or that's not true. The one time she acknowledged something, she was like, "Oh, you a lying ass bitch," and da 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 da. My thing is, all it's about for me, and for a lot of women who give me feedback when we talk about these things, is can she just at least say I'm sorry for what I said?
Are you willing to clear are you willing to have peace with Cardi B and just respectfully do your commentary but show equal amount of love? Like, is there a space for you to be like, I'm Team Cardi and Team Nicki? Can you say that?
I think that with changes, I feel like I could say that.
Would you? Are you allowing
with changes, accountability?
But okay. So let's say let's say that you get those changes in accountability. Are you willing to be in a space where you fuck with them both equally?
I hate that they're even pitted against each other the way that they are, and they have to be
mentioned
in the
question.
Same breath.
Can you fuck with?
Can I fuck with it?
Can you go on your platform and say, I like Cardi B as much as I like Nicki Minaj, and I fuck with them equally, and I'm gonna exasperate myself from being Team Nicki, Team Cardi. I'm Milagro, and I like them both. Cardi B did her big one here. Maybe Nicki, you kind of didn't do yours here. Cardi B, you didn't do your big one here. Nicki, you did your big one here. Can you be that person?
I feel like I can never love nobody like I love the queen. But with some things changing and with accountability, then I feel like I can change.
No.
You feel your emotions change. So I feel like, once again, if I'm allowed to grow, she is too. So would I have to go as hard, or would I have to, people feel like I be being ugly. Would I have to do that? No. Can I get to a point where I could say, okay, I feel like she's been accountable for that. Like she cares. Like she really gives a fuck. And we can, not we personally, but with her audience, with the black women that feel away. No, this is serious shit.
Girl.
Let's talk about all the black women that really have been offended and affected by when she gets upset, she says these things, or comments about drugging and raping men, and all of our people that suffer for shit like that. Black women can't get away with saying no shit like that. Once again, it's a situation where it feels like because Cardi B is racially ambiguous and she looks a certain way, Cardi B is a light-skinned woman, correct? She can be passionate, but we are ignorant. And she can have these outbursts. If we want to talk about Nicki and Cardi, like Nicki gonna get chastised for every little fucking thing. But Cardi gonna get called a passionate Latina. That affects women, and she say some crazy shit. But at the end of the day, I done said some crazy shit too, so whatever. if she can at least, I don't know her not to like her. But the lack of respect comes from the wild shit that says. But so, girl, can you say sorry?
No, because I just feel like at this point, if I'm keeping it, I'm not saying sorry to you or anything about you. It's not because, girl, you've already decided that you're not going to like her.
That's not true.
That's when it comes across that it's more lucrative.
I'm literally saying right now, can she say to the black women?
But what is she apologizing for?
I am sorry for saying that I hope that your mother dies of AIDS when AIDS affected our community.
Is Nicki Minaj going to apologize to black people for telling Coi Leray when they don't support you, they will?
That was a positive thing.
So you don't know what she meant?
What you feel like she meant?
When the blacks won't support you, they will. And she also said, fuck Black Girls Rock. And listen, we use Nicki Minaj. First of all, let's be very clear. And I'm gonna let you get to your Nicki Minaj piece. But I have 5 sisters. Mm-hmm. I don't want none of my sisters, none of them. I would rather, and I will say on the record, I would rather my sister date a nigga like Offset than date a Kenneth Petty.
But why would you say something like that?
I would say something like that because that is the convicted SO.
I think that he was wrongly convicted.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
So you don't think that he did that to that lady?
And let's talk about it because this goes right into what I said.
And first of all, no, actually,
this ties right into
we don't even have to talk about that because the thing is this: as a black woman, Nicki Minaj, one of the biggest celebrities in the world, access to any and everything and everybody that you want. You go and get a nigga that you have to then throw him on your back, carry the burden of him, change your address, move, leave your comfort zone because of this nigga you chose. Your whole life is exposed. You worked your ass off for all of these years just to get a nigga to where every time you move, your address is exposed. Your life is under a microscope. You deserve more than that, black girl, black woman, my sister, my mother. I'm tired of black women settling for these niggas that ain't shit. You felt the heat because I feel away. Because it's just like, girl, I've seen it time and time again. It's so many times where black women feel like they have to dumb themselves down for this idea of protection, when really this is not protection.
Okay.
This is not protection.
Let me give my perspective. This industry that she's in, not me. I will never liken myself to, her level, but that's the same industry, that had people like Brandy that I adore lying about being married to create an image, to go along with something. I applaud Nicki Minaj for choosing herself and what the fuck she wanted to do, knowing what would happen when people found out about what was on his record. Now, to go into what I said, it had to do with what came out in the blogs. So when I'm reading about his rap sheet, I'm reading these articles, the first thing I'm going to think about is the woman, potential children, and shit like that. So I'm posing questions. Okay, well, girl, like, what you doing? Like, what the hell is going on? Is he going to be able to go here, and all that kind of shit like that? I'm asking these questions because, once again, just talking. This is in the early days of me doing the shit. So I'm posing the questions. I go and I read and I look into it. Criminal justice is something I studied in college. I minored in that, majored in psychology. So I love when we can dive into cases and get into shit. I read, and I honestly and truly felt like if he had the funds to have proper representation, that is not a black man that would have been charged with that. He took what he could as a young man. And so I feel like at this point, I applaud Nicki Minaj for not giving up on a black man and deciding that, okay, I know what I know. She has a conviction about the man that God chose for her. That baby's name was written. So he was meant to be here. That means she was meant to be with that man. And so I feel like she decided to help. Obviously, I would assume.
But you don't think as a woman, as a black woman, and you've already been through a lot. Let's talk about it. You go through a lot where men, even this industry that you're in, men want to use you as a sexual object. You graduated from school, graduated from college.
Right.
You go through as women, y'all go through so much. Then being a black girl. So I'm just at a point for me where y'all don't deserve to settle. And if a black man, I don't care what nobody say, black man still has it easier than you. Okay? And so my thing is this, the fact that
is
y'all...
Is there a competition? Is there a gauge?
No. But at the same time, though, the fact that you go through so much, the nigga that you get should be meeting you where you at or exceeding your expectations. You should not be having to be at a point where you're lifting. If you're Nicki Minaj, you're not picking a nigga up out of the dirt. No, but you're not doing that. You're not doing that.
I feel like
you're not doing that.
Black women go through a lot.
You're not aligning yourself with a freaking sexual offender.
Black men go through shit as well. And I think that there is nothing wrong if a woman decides that she wants to see more in a man and help him. Men help women elevate all the time. Men are wrongly convicted all the time. The facts of the case are that it looks like that's not what happened.
I think that black women endure so much, and then once these men get to a certain status, they go get an Armenian porcelain princess. And I feel like at some point when you got a rich, famous, successful black woman, you should get you a nice, successful black man. They shouldn't all be for the fucking Kardashians. They shouldn't all be for the white girls. They shouldn't all be for the Hawaiian women. They shouldn't all be for the Asian girls. You deserve a successful, rich, articulate black man. You deserve that. You don't deserve a fucking project every time. And I'm tired, and I'm not... on my platform, I'm never going to push that my sisters deserve to work their life and work their ass off just to build a nigga. Watch these successful black men go and give their life away to other.
Let's talk about. I'm not
doing that. I'm not supporting that idea.
Let's talk about.
You deserve what these other girls get. You deserve what the Kardashians get. You deserve what the Chinese women get.
Let's talk about
You deserve that too.
Let's talk about the LeBron Jameses and the Savannah Jameses of the world. Stop letting the media tell you that there are no black couples. There are black men with black women at crazy high rates. Black men are marrying black women and loving their black queens and having black babies. So we get on Instagram and we think that these niggas, all niggas, got an exotical type of bitch. Ain't nothing more exotic than a black woman in America. And there are plenty of black men that have black women, that have thriving relationships. And it's okay if a man decides that he wants to see more in a woman and build her up. And it is okay for a woman to feel the same. A woman doesn't deserve to settle, but every woman is not settling. And to sit up and to never see Kenneth Petty for anything more than what he was accused of when he was a minor that looks fugazi as fuck, to me, it's not fair. It's not fair. Men get wrongly accused every day. They chastised the fuck out of the Central Park 5.
They did.
Until they got released. And then they sang their praises and made a special. Like the men, they had to go through everything they had to go through. The criminal justice system is flawed.
I just feel like black women feel like they have to. They've been the savior for so long. At some point, you need to be able to kick your foot up. Fuck these niggas. How you know her feet ain't kicked up? You worked for it. No, I feel like she did that out of protection because she felt like didn't have protection in the industry.
I feel like Nicki chose her.
I feel like she settled.
I don't.
I feel like
she
settled.
She loves that man and he adores her.
And
well,
but we can't be real bitches if we don't get into the things that you said, because you dragged Nicki Minaj. You said some nasty things about her.
But that's what I just was saying. That's what I was saying.
Let's get back to that.
So I said these things because the first thing coming to my mind is, oh, what? He did what? That's not okay. I'm happy that situation happened. And I always tell people that. Because it's part of the reason why I do shit the way I do it now. Because I looked into that, I had to correct myself. And I had to be better. So now I'm more thorough when it comes to me giving commentary. adjacent to that, when there's been Cardi B on the other end and I've recklessly said something, I've had to apologize as well. Sometimes you got to take a step back and say, I was dead ass wrong. I was, but it was part of my journey. So people try to use it against me, but that's not something that is a dig at me, because that situation helped me to be better at what I do. So for whatever pain I've caused by me saying something that was incorrect, that may have caused people to feel like, oh, this is what it is, and to say mean things or whatever, that's something I've truly apologized for, and I will always be willing to do it. Now, I'm still going to be me and pop my shit and say, look, funny
what exactly did you say during that time? Because people don't remember.
I made little remarks like, and of course I ain't going to know it verbatim.
You talked about her big back, and she said she was jealous of Cardi B.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about being more thorough. I said these things looking at the media. Every picture painted was that narrative. And so when you don't look deeper, I read the shit for what it was, and that's how it was framed. I wasn't looking past the surface. So these are ideas that I adopted. And being more thorough and looking into it. First of all, when Nicki came out, I had the fucking bang in college. We all had the fucking bob. I always been a fan. When somebody has had as much longevity as her, you have phases where maybe you wasn't as plugged in at this point or that point. So by the time I look up and I'm starting to do this YouTube shit, which is when all this happened back then, all of these different things are being said. She's this, she's that. And you get up, you see these topics, and you discuss it. Once I realized that people were actually listening and wanting to hold me accountable for what the fuck I was saying, and coming and saying, bitch, who the fuck you talking about? You got it dead ass wrong. These are things I have to look into.
But and you don't feel like you can do that for Cardi B?
When haven't I done that?
Well, you just sat up here and said that you don't even know if you can fully, say that it's 50-50, that you support both.
No, I didn't say I couldn't support both. I said I can't love nobody like I love the queen.
Yeah.
But that don't mean I couldn't have love for somebody else. And I've said on my platform plenty of times, can women like me, not me in particular, but women like me, the people that you want to appeal to, black women, can they get acknowledgement for the things that you have said?
From Cardi B.
Yeah, that is what so many people, that's all the feedback is. Now, like I said, per the way I talk and how I'm giving it up, yeah, bitch, girl, whoop, Bell Callis, girl, what the fuck you got going on? We talking shit. It's front porch shit. You got to understand where people are coming from. Okay, when I went to school.
So, hold on.
Bitch, we
if
talking
you could say
shit.
anything to Cardi B right now, look in that camera, what would you say to Cardi B? If you could look at, take off them glasses. If you could look at her right now, maybe she ain't going to take off the glasses, but if you could look at Cardi B and say something, what would you say to Cardi B right now if you knew she was going to watch this?
Damn, that's a hard-ass question because, child, what the fuck? I'm going to say, Bell Callis, stop acting like I hate you because I don't hate you. I'm the person that I feel like has been the most helpful. Because if you want a bitch to grow, you going to tell her the truth. If you felt like I was your friend and I called you and said, bitch, what the fuck is you doing with it? And I told you about it, you wouldn't have a problem with it. But because you so damn defensive, because you think I hate you, you don't be taking what the fuck I be saying. If she would listen to a lot of these critiques or what the fuck I'm saying, she wouldn't be in half the shit that she in now. And people wouldn't feel the way that they feel because she wouldn't have got there. You need to have people you can go to when you're that upset to, not put yourself in a motherfucking pickle and get online and say this shit that's going to harm people. I don't think I'm better than her or that I can't make mistakes.
But you felt like there was one point that you was acting like Cardi B was copying your outfits, and when you would wear leather pants, she would wear red leather pants. Or
I don't think. You felt like
you're quick to expose if you feel like she got fake.
If Cardi ain't gonna do nothing else, she gonna put on an outfit. Under no circumstances do I think that Cardi has fashionably copied a look of mine. I think that her stylist is amazing. Lingo. I feel like people go and watch videos, and they see shit. And when you like something, you'll pick it up. Now, I do feel like plenty of times it's been little shit said that's from where I'm from. That's what we say. You don't talk like that. And I feel like that's off of listening to shit. I feel, what's the difference? If you and me jail, you got the personality I got the personality I got. Do you feel like, oh, she wouldn't like a person like me, or do you not like what I'm saying? If I was singing your praises,
well, I feel like she wouldn't like what you saying because I feel like she wouldn't like what you saying because you chose the money.
What money?
It's more beneficial to hate Cardi and like Nicki.
I don't hate her. I was supporting the damn girl. It's always it's always just gonna be, girl, can you be accountable? I do not go to bed with this shit. I feel like Nicki gotta be protected. Cardi, all you need to do is be genuine and tell black women, you know what that is, what I said, and I shouldn't have said that shit. And I need to stop just saying wild ass shit when I get mad.
Okay.
And don't shit on camera no more. Girl, that's what I'm talking, farting this shit, bitch. You ruined my motherfucking appetite. Okay. I'm upset about that.
Okay, so listen, because I don't want the people to drag me and be like, oh, Armon just dragged, made it about you. So I want you, if I'm going to give you some of the notes that we have here. Do you want to, now you can ask me, like, I want you can grill me about the Cardi or like what, okay. It's your turn. No. It's your turn. Get it off.
This is not an interview. This is a conversation.
Yeah, that's why I want you to be able to get it off too.
So there are people that feel like you got upset because Nicki unfollowed you and that's why you have changed your opinion. What do you have to say to that?
Okay. Well, so the whole thing, well, I did feel some type of way. But I felt some type of way because I understood that I realized it didn't have to go that way. I feel like Nicki did unfollow me, and I feel like Nicki Minaj is one of those people, if you don't suck farts out of her ass, she does not support you. And if you're asking me did I feel some type of way that she unfollowed me, the answer is yes.
Is that what caused you to change your opinion?
It did cause me to change my opinion about her because I realized that if I didn't agree with her and if I didn't constantly celebrate her 24/7, she didn't like me.
I feel like Nicki like real bitches.
She couldn't like real bitches.
I think that people are, sometimes you don't want to see certain shit. How do we know what headspace she was in? When people are affected by different shit. But here was the problem. They probably don't even get it personal.
But here was the problem for me. And if I'm keeping it a bean. And I want to put this on the record.
Because what would you say to Nicki?
It could have been Nicki.
Look in the camera.
It could have been Nicki. It could have been Cardi B. It could have been you. It could have been my mama. When I first got the follow from Nicki Minaj, I was excited. I think that Nicki is, one of the greatest, is the greatest female rapper of all time. Let's go on record by saying that.
The queen.
Nicki Minaj is one of my favorite celebrities.
You've always said that.
I've always said that. I've always maintained that.
Yeah.
But and I think she's the polarizing figure. And I'm entertained and I'm a fan to this day.
Yes.
Okay, so what I will say though, once she followed me, I was astonished. I was so happy. I was thrilled. I was overjoyed.
Yeah.
I messaged Nicki Minaj.
What you say?
And I could show you what I said. Oh. I can go to Twitter.
Receipts.
Yes, let me go to Twitter. Let me go to Twitter. So, because we're here. We're going to deal in receipts today.
Okay.
We're going to deal in receipts. Oh, I'm blocked. So I may not. Yeah. Oh, let me go to my inbox. Because I don't message a lot of people on my Twitter account. Let me go to I don't even think you can even pull it up because she blocked me. Okay. So I pretty much told Nicki Minaj, I said, listen, I love you. I'm a huge fan. What do I need to do to get on Queen Radio? Does it need to be followers, more engagement? Whatever it is, I'm going to do it.
Okay.
No response.
Okay.
I'm cheering her on, supporting her. She's too busy. She doesn't see it because she's not going to respond.
Right.
But the day that I did a tarot reading. And I feel like she dissed me, and I could be wrong, but I feel like she dissed me in Yikes. She was like, devil get thee behind me, it was because I did.
Oh, you felt like that was because
I did a read, because that's when she unfollowed me right before she dropped that, because I did a tarot reading on Kenneth Petty, and I said some things about Kenneth Petty, and then she unfollowed me after the tarot reading, and so my thing is. You didn't see me, and this is when I've also championed you and other blogs that I may not even fuck with, but you didn't see me when I was celebrating you and supporting you and DMing you. But you got the message because you follow me and I follow you. But the minute I did a tear on a backup channel that had 2,000 followers and maybe 3,000 views, you saw that and you unfollowed me because I did a tarot reading on your husband. But I've been supporting you for all of these years. I messaged you and I told you, hey, what does it take? Because this is around the era of 2018 where you felt like the blogs were starting the Nicki hate train. So I wanted to let you know I'm going to be here to support you. What does it take? This is when you have Kyle, and shout out to Kyle from the Neighborhood Talk. I fuck with Kyle. You know what I mean? But
he just blurred my name out of a well, not him, because other people run it. Just like
we can talk about you and Kyle. We can talk about Kyle. But it was a point where people felt like he wasn't answering the right questions, and I felt like Nicki, I would do that. But then you bring on Tasha K, you bring on T.S. Madison. This when we was beeping, she throwing me shade. You don't see me messaging you, but then the day I say something you don't like, you block me. Girls, fuck you.
I think
it's very much so a fuck you. Because I'm not. It's very much so a fuck you.
I think that
bitch,
the clips
and I love T.S. but T.S. wasn't reviewing your music, bitch. Tasha K wasn't reviewing your music. She wasn't going to bat. She wasn't breaking down your albums. These girls were not breaking down your records. I was in the trenches with your shit.
I think that
no.
Two things can be true. Number one,
I just feel like these girls do not respect the bitches that be in the trenches with they shit.
But okay, let's talk about it. I feel like two things can be true. That's her husband. Don't nobody want to hear no negative shit about their nigga. Don't nobody, want to hear that, somebody feel like, or is you saying something, regardless of how many people watched it, it was digested. Mm-hmm. And so don't nobody want to hear that shit. So sometimes we can say things that people can feel like, that's a line crossed for me, you took it too far. Whereas you feel like, no, it ain't that deep, this is what I said. Maybe she felt a way about it. But on the other end, people do have that shit bad. How many celebrities don't acknowledge all of these platforms? If it wasn't for people like us, Instagram and some of these damn pages, what would be the careers of a lot of these people?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm
gonna be honest with you. Even when me and her, whatever, she blocked me, whatever, and me and you fell out, you was one of the main people that supported her, and she was talking. I'm like, girl, she should have given you an interview. It's overdue. You should have met her in person by now. Because my thing is, if you with a tweet, you can change the trajectory and the narrative. There's so many people that support Nicki Minaj, and she does not create space for those people that support her to flourish. She does not create the space.
You know what?
And guess who does? Cardi B.
You know what?
I got to put this on record. And Cardi B, just from a mention and a follow, and I've told her this personally, she has helped elevate my career and help people look at me in a different way. And this is why I fuck with and respect Cardi B. And I'm going to tell you another reason why I respect Cardi B. Because when I first had it wrong in 2019, Cardi B put up in my DM and was like, hey, this is not right. Mm-hmm. That meant a lot to me. You know why it meant a lot to me? Because it showed me that she respected me as a YouTuber in new media. And you should understand that, because in our space, if you're not a verified account,
right,
if you're not a mainstream media outlet, if you're not the Shade Room, the Neighborhood Talk, bitches try to play in your face like your opinion or your voice does not matter. But Cardi B pulling up in my DM, that showed me that, oh, girl, you see that I matter. So she understood that my platform had value. She did that for me.
You know what? I think that that's a beautiful story.
No, it's not just a beautiful story. It's a beautiful thing, and it's a beautiful reality because it happened. Mm-hmm. She did that for me.
I think that that's a beautiful thing, but let's talk about it. Entitlement is dangerous. I don't feel like Nicki on me shit for anything I've done, because it's never been about trying to be popular for my opinion or get money from it. I'm just talking with my people.
Well, hold on, because it's not about entitlement for me. It's about respect. I bust my ass.
I do, but at the end of the day,
I do sleepless nights for this shit.
I do too. I've worked my ass off, but if Nicki hadn't talked to me ever, that's all right, and I'm grateful, and I'm completely humbled by that woman taking it, because she still talked to me.
But guess what's even better? What? A person pulling up on you and saying, "Hey, I respect what you do, and I see your trajectory." And that's why I said
I started off by saying that two things can be true. Now I feel like don't nobody owe me shit when I praise them or if I chastise them, you know. And I'm grateful and so humbled by anybody that shows me love. Now on the other hand, I think that it is a beautiful thing. Now I understand it was a sarcastic.
I don't work for nothing.
It was a sarcastic. That's a beautiful story, but that is a beautiful thing that you can, and that goes into my second question. But that's a beautiful thing that she can invite people out, and y'all can mingle, and she can show you love.
Before they invite people out.
But showing you love and doing all of that is important.
I think I need you to understand.
What does she do jumping in your inbox and showing you love?
Milagro, you gotta no. We gotta bring it back. No. I gotta make you understand. Bitch, you don't understand. You are in LA right now. You purchased a ticket to fly all the way out here. I did that. We fight every day, and we're on the standby list, and yet we are in the front fucking row.
Right.
No, but we're not getting paid by Billboard, Rolling Stone, NSNBC,
none of them.
NBC, and we don't even get respected by that. And then guess what? On the Shade Room, they're posting Lawyers for Work. They're posting Megan, whatever. They're posting all these white publications.
Right.
And we're sitting in front of them.
Every day.
I'm saying this to you to say, for Cardi B to recognize that my platform is just as powerful as those people, it means something, because you know who doesn't do that? Our black people.
Let's talk about it.
They don't do that.
My comment and my response to that is...
So forever, I'm going to support... You guess who doesn't do that? Nicki Minaj.
Let's talk about it.
Wait, hold on. What? Guess who Nicki Minaj calls on her platform?
Who?
Tasha K.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
I feel like it's a beautiful thing that Cardi shows love. But everybody is allowed to do this shit how they want to. Ain't no right or wrong way. Nicki ain't wrong if she don't pull whoever up, or if they don't get particular opportunities. She don't have to do that. But it's good that Cardi does, and that's fine.
That's what I'm just saying. I respect her for that.
And so cool.
Yes.
Now, in terms of who she decides to pull up and shit, I don't understand everything. I don't know why the fuck. I'll sit up and be like, that shit don't make no sense to me.
But you do understand the fact that you've been busting your ass.
Yeah.
For her. And so, but for
the truth of how I feel.
Yes, but I'm just saying, this is the reason why I fuck with Cardi B, because she did that for me. And then also, these parties, it's not really necessarily about her, because,
But that's my second question.
Okay, go ahead.
A lot of people want to know, do you favor Cardi or give positive opinions because you get invited to these parties?
Okay, so if we keeping it a bean, let's keep it a bean. Mm-hmm. I go to the party. Cardi just throws drinks down my throat. I don't have to go to another Cardi B party. Like when we go to the party, respectfully, I'm not sitting with Kim Barbie and her team and this, that, and the third. And with she sees me, but she say what's up, but she don't pull me up there.
Okay.
I'm not sitting over there. We're in the section and shit. So it's not that. I respect it, though, because she allows me to be myself. But I'm going to say two things. If she never invited me to another party again, I'm okay with it. But her inviting me to the party allowed me to network outside of her. That's number one.
So it's a positive thing for you.
It's a positive thing for me. But then number two, people think that, I'm so turned up about getting drinks thrown down my, thrashed down my throat. Bitch, that don't turn me up. Because after the first time, bitch, that's happened already. Bitch, I should be in the section because that's where your real friends are. So we're not friends. We know each other. We have a good working relationship, but I'm not a VIP. I'm not sitting in the friends and family section.
So your opinion is not swayed.
No, it's not. With those because girl, I'm not with the girls I'm not getting invited to the mansion the day before the party. That's not happening.
So for anybody listening, can you understand Armon's point in saying, even though you may see me in these spaces, that ain't what it is. And understand that that's the same shit for me. I don't gain anything by giving my opinion. I'm just telling you.
So I'm the same person, but I want to be clear though. I like it that way. I'm not a stand page. I'm the same. Not either. I'm the same person that told Cardi B. I'm the same person that told Cardi B hot shit was trash, and I'm going to tell her that. But I will also tell her when some shit is hot. I'm not doing that. You know why? Because at the end of the day, I have to be in it for our mom, because these celebrities, I'm not in it for the celebrity culture of it all. Like, I like these celebrities, but you know, these celebrities, they don't, I'm not, if Cardi B stopped making music tomorrow, the Armon Wiggins show has to continue.
Right.
So I get it. So I don't feel any kind of way if I'm not in the friends and family or this, that, and third. But right. But I need you to I need the people to understand that I'm just not picking a side, because I realize that, girl, when we get to the event, I'm still in the regular general admission. Okay. Start there, okay? But at the same time, I respect that there's an open line communication. If I had a problem right now, I can call Cardi B and be like, what's up? Cardi B has pulled up on me. She's pulled up on me like on some, oh, bitch, you turned up. And yeah, what's up? Yeah, I feel some type of way. She feels some type of way. We pulled up. She's pulled up on me. I pulled up on her. But I'm like, you know what? It's okay. It's good. You know what I mean? But I feel like if I can't pull up on you, if you can't pull up on me, we're not really friends. Because guess what? If I can't ever tell you I feel some type of way, then bitch, I'm being fake. And so one thing I will say about Cardi B, she has put me in spaces just by her inviting me, has allowed my brand to grow in a way that she doesn't even realize. And then Cardi B, behind the scenes, has vouched for me to get opportunities that I haven't even got yet.
You know what? I think that that's an amazing thing.
That's an amazing thing.
And I don't think that...
And she doesn't owe me that, and she doesn't have to do that.
But I think that that's an amazing thing. And I am grateful and thankful to people like Nicki, too, you know, who have given me, you know, all kind of options. And when you are associated with particular people, other people want to be associated with you. By her following me
alone allows value to my platform.
Exactly. So that should be important. So I think that they don't have to be compared. They can both do whatever it is that they decide that they want to do, and we can receive. But I
want to address the negative, because I don't want to. So I want you to ask me about that, because I said some bad things about her, Cardi B.
Okay, my audio got pulled up about Nicki.
Because I pulled yours, so I don't want it just to be one sided.
Yeah, my audio got pulled, but there was shit said about Cardi. And I don't know the type of relationship that she has built. Even if it's not something deep, you know, you say you're not friends, but I don't know the type of rapport. It be agitating me that I feel like, oh, well, such and such said this, and oh, everything can be cool, but I'm supposed to hate you, and I got to get all this negative attention when I say something. But this person has said this. So what did you say about Cardi, and how do you feel about that?
So the thing that I said about Cardi was that I felt like a lot of people supported Cardi B out of spite for Nicki Minaj. And I do mean that still. A lot of Joe Budden, Charlamagne, they were mad at Nicki for a while. And they seen somebody that can compete with her, and they supported Cardi B out of spite. They pushed a lot of that narrative because they were mad at Nicki Minaj. I did feel that way, and I still feel like I'm not going to change. I don't change my opinion because I can call Cardi B. That's what happened.
You want to know what I think? I think that there were people. I think that there has been an effort for years to try to find somebody to this idea that somebody can replace Nicki, and I think that they've tried to bring girls up to do that. So I think that yes, that is true. But on the other side, people fell in love with Cardi B.
And that's the other thing I said.
And they really did like her.
No, I said, and
do like her. I think she's a love celebrity.
And this is what I said. I said that people like Cardi B's story and personality. Of course, she's like
Cinderella, like the fucking Bronx Cinderella.
But that's not a lie. She understood social media.
But I think that she's more of an entertainer at times. a lot all the time.
She's more of a rapper now these days.
She's more of a rapper.
She had verse of the year of 2022. No shade.
That is, come on with that shit.
Riding with my twin in them, and we both look good as fuck.
How many hot ass
fake
fire
bitch, that's why my friend fucked on your nigga.
Did Nicki put out
you
this
bitches pussy.
year?
I think that's your sister. She bought a chain. I bought the same one even bigger.
FREAK.
I don't speak dog hoe.
I
don't care what no bitch say.
The #1 hit.
Okay. I got condos in that bitch head.
Nicki just bought a new mansion for 19.5.
Cardi B
Nicki just bought a new mansion.
Cardi B made Glorilla.
Glorilla's rise was due to Glorilla.
What happened
Shout
to Bia? What whole lot of money
doing her motherfucking thing.
Where's Akbar B?
Rapping her ass off and not getting the same opportunities because of politics.
No, because she talked too much. But Glorilla is in London.
Glorilla has had an exponential rise.
And we both look good as fuck.
Glorilla, you built you. And I hope that you really don't feel like anybody else built you.
Tomorrow, too, is Cardi B's record.
I think that it was amazing that Cardi B collabed with you. And I think that it's a beautiful thing that y'all were able to make that record and that it's done what it's done. But at the end of the day, Glorilla, you wrote your shit. You did your shit. People resonated with fuck nigga free before Tomorrow came out. And they fuck with you. Shout out to Cardi for what she did with Cardi co-signing being in the song. And bitches are loving that record. They rapping the record. You see Young Mammy fine ass.
Oh, hold on.
Rapping the record.
Okay, but I want to get to because we got the time. But I want you to go into this. The next one with gatekeepers and new media, so we can wrap up.
All right.
So what you got? This is what you got. I want you to go.
How do you feel about your position in this industry? When you are giving your opinion or alliances or relationships that you have that go sour because you don't play the game. Let's talk about the politics and what it is that we do. If you want to grow, what you feel like you got to do?
Well, for me, I feel like you have to play this game, and what
does that mean?
Well, it's a loaded question because there's the celebrity engagement, like the Nicki Cardi thing. And I really get frustrated there because, and while I love Cardi, and she never does it, but it's her fans that make me feel like I don't ever want a bitch to feel like they think that they telling on me. You're not telling on me. Okay. You're not telling on me.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have to wake up and sing no bitch praises. Okay. Because at the end of the day, Armon Wiggins pays his bills. Mm-hmm. Armon Wiggins is waking up at 6 a.m., going to court cases, doing the work, doing podcasts, booking studios. Nobody is getting me verified. Nobody is putting me in spaces.
Right.
Like, for real. So I'm just saying, like, you're not telling on me. That's thing number one.
Okay.
Then thing number two is these people that don't want to accept that it's a new bitch in town. And I feel like, you have this, people want you to suck a lot of D, kiss a lot of ass. And I'm just, if I'm going to be envious about you with one thing, I think that, and I could be wrong, I don't know the full story, but I think that you found a good mentor in Ra. Every mentor I had saw me as competition, and eventually we got into it.
You know what?
And I feel like, girl, like, you have the personality as me, so I feel like if you would align with anybody that I got aligned with, they would have saw you as competition. And I think that while I don't really care for Ra, I respect the fact that she didn't, at least from the outside looking in, she wasn't envious or jealous of you. But I felt like, girl, through my journey, I had to battle the people that were supposedly my mentors.
You know what? That makes all the difference. And what I want to say is, even if I was hurt by something or I felt like something happened, bitch, I'll never get up and say it. I'll never disrespect Rashida Ali. Because at the end of the day, she has been one of the realest bitches to me. She has this quality and this energy about her where you come into the fold, what is your talent? And how can you make money off of that? She changed my life. She really did. And if I ever get a Pulitzer, bitch, or if I really just, grow to these different levels, she gonna be included in my motherfucking VMA speech, because she absolutely changed my life, and that is so essential to have somebody that does not see you as competition. Ain't nobody fucking, she a bad bitch. Ain't nobody fucking with her. And she lets you know, like, nah, I ain't really fucking with that. And then she'll also say, no, you did that shit. And that's a good job.
Yeah.
And she encourages me. And if you need anything, that's the type of person you can call. And she gonna look out for you. But what she's not gonna do is coddle you. So she gets you prepared, for the world. You gonna have to do that shit on your own. You gonna have to work. But I will assist you. A great mentor. And it's something that's so effortless for her.
Yes.
So it's very important. And I hate that you've had that experience, because, that hurts.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And so
and
I'm grateful.
It got to a point where I was like, well, is it me? But I'm like, I just went through so much with, like, where I try to, like, play the, like, I try to be supportive. And then,
right.
like, even the last situation that I went through, I bought the book, I bought the T-shirt, I bought the sweatshirt, and then you online dissing me. Why? We from the same city. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
you don't even like me, but you invited me to your parties and stuff. And it's like, but then I have to think about it. I can't blame everybody else. What is it in me that's attracting this energy?
Okay. Did you feel like it was you?
Well, at some point, I'm like, well, maybe it's me, because, or am I talking too much? Am I, or like, I don't know, because I'm like, why did this keep happening? It happened to me 3 times, like on a major level, where I felt like 3 people that I thought was supposed to mentor me took from me more than they gave.
Okay.
And then expected me not to feel some type of way.
I think that sometimes we're drawn to particular things, and we need healing from certain things. And we learn a lot of shit. I feel like those experiences have put you in a position to have to present yourself and fight harder. I hear you saying, no mentor. I did this shit on my own.
Yes.
My story is checkered with a whole bunch of fucked up shit.
Yeah.
But what I decided to do was one day say, you know what? What the fuck is the positive in this shit? And what would, if I feel like I believe in God and he gon', put me on this path, and what the fuck could I have learned? So I stopped looking at every situation as a loss and more, of a lesson. And so I feel like you have been made better for those experiences. Yes. And it was hard, and it was difficult, and it was hurtful. But you have been made better. How much better does it feel that you and only you can take credit for the growth of your platform and that silver plaque?
You know what I think it does, though? I think me being the oldest out of like 9 brothers and sisters.
Which I didn't know you had that many siblings.
I think I do have a complex, like, where, like, and then me, even in my friend groups and relationships, like, I'm always the leader. I'm always the brain. And it's like, sometimes I just want to be led. Right. Not that I want to be like, just like, sometimes I just want to sit.
Who gonna be there for me?
Like, sometimes I want to sit in the passenger seat and just ride. I don't always want to drive the car. And then when I'm driving the car, I don't want you to look at me like, oh, this what you doing? Let me take from you.
Right.
Or let me hate on you. Like when I finally get the courage to be like, okay, I'm doing my thing, don't hate on me. Like, support me. Like, I think, and if I'm being honest, like, I think I was always looking for the big sibling that I never had. And every time I got the big sibling through a mentor that I never had.
Right.
Once I started showing Armon and they started feeling some type of way, they started changing, and I would lash out. But I would lash out because I'm like, no, I'm still giving you your flowers. I look up to you, but they would see me as competition, and all I'm looking for is a bitch that I could look up to because I'm the oldest. Everybody looking up to me.
You know what? I think that it takes a lot of courage to tell your truth. And I think that what you just said was really powerful. And I hope that people can understand. I think people trivialize how you feel a lot with that scenario. And I hope that people really just listen to what you just said and understand why you felt the way that you felt about those situations. and see you as a human. We are objectified as well.
Yes.
And people stop seeing us as people that have feelings.
Yes.
We become a product to them. Yes. And they want so much of us. And go live and talk about this and do this and do that.
Ooh.
All of these rules and stipulations they want us to follow.
Yes.
But you are still a person who is allowed to feel. And I don't think, and I've always said that, I don't think that it was okay to reduce you to a number of calendar days.
Yes.
You are a grown man.
Yes.
And you had an experience 1, 2, 3 times. And you have valid reasons for how you feel, and can that be acknowledged? And I think that's all you've ever asked for.
Yeah.
And sometimes it comes out a particular way. But I think at the core of that, that's all you've ever asked for. And I think it's powerful for you to be able, and it shows a lot of growth. And it shows that you've gone back and thought about that.
Yeah.
And that you've had that insight.
Because that was the reality of the situation. Like, I'm coming from a place where I have 9 brothers and sisters. Right. And then I'm the leader of my friend group. I'm the dominant in my relationship. So it's like, who do I go to?
And that's all people want.
And then the minute I find somebody that, like, I'm never intimidated by a person that's smarter or better. I like to be in those circles where they're smarter and better. But then when you see me catching on, don't hate on me.
Right.
Because I'm just trying to learn.
I think that you may have just earned some new people.
Yeah.
Who may feel like they know you a little bit better.
Yeah.
And that's how people be wanting to understand you better. And I think that that's what it takes to understand where you come. When people know you better, they can understand why you drew the conclusion that you did.
Yes.
And even when they don't like it, they can still fuck with you.
Yeah.
So I hope that people listen to what you said.
Yeah. And you know what? I think this was a great conversation. And child, we talked over 2 hours.
We did?
Look.
I can't even ask you about new media.
Okay, we got 10 minutes.
Okay, we got 10 minutes. So last question.
Okay.
What is new media to you? And are we a part of it?
New media to me is me, it's you, it's TikTok, it's YouTubers, it's Twitter. New media is anything that is not traditional media. New media is the people that's getting the people spooked and nervous.
Yeah.
Okay, and new media is the people that are standing in line for the standby press passes and sitting in the front row. New media are the people that are going live with 8 and 9 and 10,000 people moving the culture. Right. New media is us. We are new media. New media are the YouTubers. New media are the Twitch streamers. New media is Mob Radio. New media is the Armon Wiggins Show. That is new media. And I feel like we're doing our big ones. And when you feel discouraged, when you feel like I'm in my house and I'm not doing enough, understand you are moving the needle forward. You are moving the needle forward, and no shade, it's a bitch that's somewhere clocked in, having to write some sort of essay or paragraph or whatever, and is not making nowhere near the money that you're making, and feeling some type of way when you go to the Tory Lanez versus the People case and sit in front of them. Because guess what? You make your schedule. And when you decide that you're going to stream live, you'll have 34,000 people live. You'll have 8,000 people live. That is new media.
That is new media. And the discrimination, you know, I've been doing this for a while. You've been doing this for a while. There's been some backlash, but this was the first time I felt like a nigger.
In that courtroom.
In this space. To be treated like a second-class citizen, or like our opinions were less valuable because we didn't work for particular publications, was something that made me sit up and say, well, damn, are we not good enough? It's a problem because we sitting in here. It's a problem because people are listening. We're not getting, the love from particular platforms, and they don't want to repost it and shit like that. But thank God for the people and the audiences that we have built that come and support us. And shout out to people identifying with that new media. They're yearning for us.
Yes.
And that's why we thrive, because they sick of y'all ass and what y'all putting out, and they see through it. And they've been ready to feel for a while. And they feel the vibes, they feel the energy, and they come and watch us like they watch TV.
Yes.
We are like a fucking Netflix subscription.
Yes.
And they look for us.
Child, it was a whole fight in the hallway.
I can't wait to release that audio.
Wait, so so they pulled me aside. Let's talk about it. So they pulled me aside and they said, there was an audio release. So that I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be a real bitch. I'm gonna be a real bitch right now, and I'm drunk, but I'm being a real bitch. I'm a two-sided kind of girl when it comes to that. So the first side, but I talked to my man. The first, because there was audio and pictures taken. So so you want me to be a real bitch? Mm-hmm. So the first side of me is like, okay, girl. So I think when you got into it, whatever, what was my first reaction? It wasn't to pull out my phone and record or to take a picture. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, girl, she'll record some shit.
Okay.
Or Miss Thing will take a picture.
Okay.
Can I invite her to my house?
Okay.
But then the second thing, when I talk to my man, I'm going to be a real bitch. Because I thought about that. Yeah. I'm like, oh, these girls are taking pictures. And these girls are recording.
Yeah.
Can I trust them?
Yeah, that's a
We're mumbling and cackling. But girl, they thought to record and take a picture. And if they weren't my friends or associates, I would have never known that they had a picture or recording. Okay. Would I kick it with them for real?
All right, and what was the other side?
The other side was history should never repeat itself. And so being in the space that you and I are in, narratives can be pushed. My man helped me understand that. And my man also helped me understand that there was an altercation that happened before my altercation that when it got explained, details were left out. And so history doesn't need to repeat itself. Right. So we're going to have to get this audio so that nobody... Right. So there's no discrepancy.
And so let's talk about
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's one of those things.
I think about every fucking thing.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. You have to please consider everything and think about it just like that, because everybody don't have your best intentions. But when I sat with Armon, I said, I recorded this shit.
And you told me that you recorded
it. I told him I recorded it. I got it right here. I'm showing the screen. I said I recorded it because the history don't be telling the truth. Shit be getting misconstrued. I said, we ain't finna leave no room for it. So let's record it.
She did say that, and that's what my man told me.
And so you got to just think about all perspectives and see what's up, because people do be messy.
Yes.
But I'm going to tell you what the fuck I did, and I'm going to tell you why. Hell no, we ain't finna mix up nothing, because we got it right here.
Yes.
Right here. Because there was a lot of shit said.
Yes.
We can do it.
And so, but I wouldn't be me if I wouldn't be honest.
But I appreciate that. Keep it real, tell me.
You know what I mean? Because, but because the space that I'm in, you got to watch the man recording the audio,
right?
The girls taking the pictures in the background, the people, because you know the type of work we do.
Right.
We get sent shit all the time.
Okay.
Justin, let's talk about it. Justin, Megan Thee Stallion, before we get out of here, did not testify in a dick jacking video was released. So my thing is this: the people that you think is cute and cool,
right,
bitch, are doing this on the low.
Okay.
And that moment that you pissed them off,
what's gonna happen?
It's leaked. And the only reason why I found out, because the person they came to me, I'm gonna tell you, they were like, oh, but you already had told me. They were like, oh, such and such had recorded the thing of us, and I heard it was going to be on Discord. But I also said, well, girl, it was a public setting. But they were like, well, I didn't think to even record. And and that put me in a mind frame where, like, girl, well, when y'all had your thing, I think about how I was. Mm-hmm. I didn't think to take a picture. I didn't think to record. So that sent a flag, like, I don't think like that.
But
what does that mean?
Get into it. I gotta think like that. Because what happened?
To you.
People go live. And they will spin a narrative so motherfucking fast.
And see, that's what I'm saying.
So, we all have our experiences and shit like that, so we handle shit differently.
Yes.
But I'm intention-based. If I feel like you fucking with me and you did it with a positive, connotation, then cool. If I feel like it's messy, then I ain't fucking with it. So communication and open lines of communication. Yeah, exactly. And that makes the difference. You gotta be upfront about the shit.
That makes the difference.
Now you can't be sneaky with it and with the whoop.
And if I would have found out on Discord,
that would have been messy. It's fuck.
But the other thing too, that the reason why I was tripping about you, because I realized too, when you got into your thing, you went live about your own shit.
Right.
You gotta you can't. I don't trust a bitch that don't go live about their own shit.
Okay, you gotta tell the whole
story. You went live about your own shit.
Yeah.
So, girl, what makes my shit exempt?
Now, but with that being said, I didn't play it.
You didn't.
You know, the people have it. I dropped it to Armon. One of the fights.
You did.
And I said, get into it because it was a key. I said, I'm gonna put it on Discord. I be joking.
I didn't know that.
I didn't even.
Somebody told me that. Okay.
Yeah, I said it on StationHead, so it was a public.
So it wasn't private.
No. So, but at the end of the day, I didn't, and I had also said on my platform, people have squashed shit, so I ain't finna entertain it and add to it.
And I heard you. I heard you say that.
I said that's all it does. So I been making little jokey jokes. It wasn't nothing serious, but so I didn't play it, and I felt like y'all had a positive exchange, so I don't feel like it need to be played. But if you ever want to get a kiki on some funny style shit, it was hilarious.
But I will say this. Out of all of that, Milagro, people may have their thoughts about you, and no matter what side I'm on, I'm glad that you and I have met and have done this. And then
me too.
Think about it, like, girl, you've been to my house. I brought you to my studio. Like, I want to say this, and we took a risk. Yeah. And I want to say thank you because you took a risk with who you support. I took a risk with who I support. We're on polar opposite sides. But one thing about the Tory Lanez family, they seen it from our energy. And but outside of that, though, one thing, and I told my man, I said, I'm going to be honest with you, I said, a lot of bitches can't sit next to me, but that Milagro bitch can. I said, because we're equals. Like, she's the female version of me. And I knew that when we were sitting down in the hallway and the girls were like looking at us in a way that they were like, that's why their channels are so big. You know what I'm saying? Because you have it. And I want to give you your flowers. And I want to say, I'm so glad that we didn't do it over the phone or do it virtual, because I needed to see you. And one thing for sure, you've got the audio. You've seen the drama. But one thing is, when I seen you, when it gave what it gave, it automatically gave sister.
Right.
It gave that for me.
Our chemistry was so good.
It gave that for me.
And I appreciate you so much. And you have it.
It gave that for me.
You have it. And we clicked.
It gave that.
We clicked.
And then I want to, on the record, and she not going to lie, and I'm not going to lie either, but I'm going to ask you. I'm gonna say it was one time, and that was only the one time we was talking to the family, or maybe half a time, maybe when we had drinks, but it wasn't nothing serious. The whole time we've been together, we've never discussed Cardi being Nicki Minaj.
We didn't.
We didn't.
We didn't.
We did not.
At all. And we was
did not.
keying.
Hard.
Literally. And I said, man.
It did not give that.
We had this experience, and being able to have it is something that I will always remember. I'm so glad it happened in person. I'm glad that I got to feel your energy, and I'm glad that we got to vibe. And I hope that y'all feel empowered to take that step, if you feel like it's right, and to do it, because our chemistry is just so good.
Yes.
She's
still delusional, though.
My brother going home. I love you.
but I like that. Like, even though we have different sides, one thing I could tell you about her, she's not stupid.
Okay. And so, you ain't no damn fool either.
You know what I'm saying? And so if you know, then you know.
Okay.
And I know that about her.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So this is still a business, and Miss Mamas is not a fool.
Okay.
But I will say, Milagro, Mob Radio, to the mob, like, I'm really grateful and thankful that you sat down and gave that, and you're really that girl. Like, I'm gonna give you your flowers on air, on record, and you did your big one on this, and I'm glad that we look at what we're doing now.
I know. I'm so
you would have never thought that we would be sitting and doing this.
This situation at the root of it, so it was impactful.
Yes,
and it's something that people will see, and like I said, we're a part of that. And so I think it's a beautiful thing. I'm so grateful. I think that you have it. I think that's why people fuck with you, and you continue to grow and people come to you. And I think that there need to be more spaces for people like you. Can I make a plea to Zeus?
Make a plea to Zeus and then give your socials.
Okay. My plea to Zeus and then my socials is that y'all know damn well that Armon tore up the Bobby I Love You Per situation.
Ooh.
And y'all gonna have to start giving more opportunities to people that are really putting in their work. Armon should have hosted that reunion. And everybody knows it. So let's be fair. Let's give credit. Let's open doors and see more men like you in those spaces. And not be the plus ones on platforms. Let's have the token gay guy. No. Let's put men like Armon in a position to do their own shit. Because that is valued as well. My social medias are Instagrams, like we like to call it, Milagro-grams, MILAGROGRAMZ. Mobs World, mobs__world. That's where we post the references. I don't even call myself a blogger. I'm not fucking blogging. There's references for my show. I'm not a blog. I'm a cultural commentator. Okay? I just post that shit so I can reference it on my show. I don't have aspirations to have a damn, platform like that. Not like that. Y'all can go to Twitter, Milagro-grams as well. Twitch, Milagro-grams. And just thank you guys for supporting me so much. Shout out to the mob. I hope that y'all have gotten to know us better. I hope that y'all can respect what we've done. I hope that y'all want progress more than y'all want division. And y'all understand how important it was that we sat down together and we talked. And so I'm grateful to you, Armon, and I thank you so much for you lending your platform and giving me space and giving me time and for being so hospitable and so kind. And so we are allowed to grow.
Yes.
And we both said some things that people haven't agreed with. But
when the minute I met you, the energy wasn't given that.
Right.
It wasn't.
Right.
It was given, girl, let's keep.
If we was in high school together, them bitches wouldn't have stood a chance.
At all. Because the way we be keying and them papers, girl, it's the best. But listen, we out of time and the money is rolling. Listen, you know where you guys can find me at the Armon Wiggins Show on all your platforms. Thanks for watching. Armon Wiggins times Milagro-grams. I didn't want this to be an interview. I wanted this to be more of a pod. So I'm hoping you guys accept it, like it, appreciate it. I love you. Give me a hug. Because girl, I just need everybody. Girl, you need to move to the middle.
I don't want them to see my ass.
Oh, yes. So we did our big one here. Milagro-grams, the Mob Radio in Los Angeles. Armon Wiggins Show. Moving the culture forward. New media.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? YouTube, Twitch. StationHead, top #1 female on #1 period on StationHead.
Yeah.
Doing their big one. Okay. Killing it every single day. Make sure you guys subscribe. Deposit your check out. New music coming soon. Follow me on Spotify, all of that. Instagram at the Armon Wiggins Show. And until next time, I want you to keep that same energy. We'll see you soon. Any last words?
All right. Send me $20.
Period. Cash App. How they do that?
$ Mob Radio.
Per. Peace out. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Ooh, ciao. You can let us know when it's done. When it's